Okay, so welcome back to part 2. This is just where I do a little bit of analysis on some of the markets that I trade. So let's have a look. So before I do that, just the legend so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance, generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. Okay, so as you can see, the Dow was under pressure last week. Steady at the beginning of the week, and then after Wednesday it sort of fell. Tried to have a bounce on Friday, struggled though, but finished about mid-range on the day. So I've got resistance at 42,504, support at 41,872 and 41,782. And yeah, I've added the fibs on as well because it could be a really erratic week, very volatile week, so they may come into play. Again, just sort of either take a picture, screenshot or whatever, just to bear these in mind. If you trade in CFDs, the levels will be slightly different because I trade the futures, but the trends are the trends, so you can probably make those adjustments. Same for the S&P. Here I've got resistance at 58.92, support at 57.31. And that pretty much is that uptrend line as well as the horizontal support line that I've added in there. And then that's followed again by the fib levels being on there. Now, the Nasdaq, so yeah, I mean, that sort of come under a bit more pressure. And so I've got resistance at 20,835, support at 20,007. Now I've added a couple of breakout levels in. There's one down here at 19,412 and another one here at 18,554. I'm expecting a bit of a volatile week. I just don't know how volatile. So I've added these in just to help you, if it's going to sort of react. Again, it just depends when those election results come through and how tight they really are. This is the pound against the dollar. So obviously the budget on Wednesday we had in the UK where I'm based. So the sterling was sort of picking up a little bit, got back to that 130 level, but then it struggled, and then the dollar got a bit stronger towards the end of the week as well. So I've got resistance in at 132.95, also at 130.33. Support at 128.30, and probably down here around about the 126.70 to 50.60 level, or around that sort of area, which is where all the moves started from, as you can see. And again, I've added the fibs on. They're only really going to come into play if the dollar weakens. Otherwise, we've been through this golden ratio, which is this level here, and it's sort of it's tried to hold it. It's been a bit of a sticky level. It's closed below it. Whether it's going to sort of pop through with the dollar's gaining strength this week, it really much depends on the outcome of the election, and indeed if there is an outcome of the election this week. The euro against the dollar. And here I've got resistance at 109.24, and I've got support at 108.29, another support at 107.58. Now again, the fibs are on there. They're only going to come into play again if the dollar was to weaken. Is it going to? It's going to be an interesting week, let's just put it that way. So Bitcoin, I mean, this is going to be a Trump trade as far as I can see. So this week it made a new high, and I've got now a resistance at 76,239. I've got support at 69,166. If Trump wins, there's going to be a lot of expectation that it's going to be positive for Bitcoin. If it's undecided, then again it could go either way. If Harris wins, I'm not really sure what that's going to mean for Bitcoin. You could see a few nervous sellers coming in, I would guess. And gold, of course. So gold this week again made another contract high. I've now got resistance at 28.02. I've got support at 27.42, and then way down at 25.78. Again, is this going to become a haven trade this week if there's a lot of uncertainty around the US election results? And finally, WTI. Yes, so again, it's the same as last Friday, really. It made a bit of a recovery at the end of the week. Obviously, the previous Friday it was up because of expecting Israel to attack Iran, which it did. It wasn't considered to be over excessive, so oil gapped on the downside. It got a little bit lower, but not that, and this does seem to be quite a good support level. And then we had this rally coming in towards the end of the week and finishing towards the highs. Obviously, again with the tension in the Middle East, it's understandable. Now, so Monday, there is rumours that Iran may have another attack on Israel. And so that could strengthen oil for a while. If that's not taken into consideration, then sort of the de-risking that came in, the hedging that came in on Friday, you could see a similar thing to last week, where it just drops a little bit first. But it's just going to be a reaction. Now where it goes longer term, $70 is probably about fair value at the moment, taking into consideration the risks on the upside from the Middle East tensions and a risk on the downside for potential for less demand, and of course OPEC increasing quotas next year, which will increase supply as well. So that's it. Just be careful this week. It's going to be volatile. And I wish you the best of luck. Have a great week, and I'll catch up with you again at the end of next week. So, just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter that includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. This helps you to discover if trading could be your next career or maybe just a secondary income. But the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. That's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning, but you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once, and that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, and any asset class, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you. But I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course, I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, if you're already involved, then you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. The regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor. And do that before you risk your capital. I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I'll be doing these on a weekly basis. So I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime, you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week. Best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.